Antoine Maybank leading Roger Black. They're in the home stretch. It'll be Antoine Maybank anchoring the U.S. to victory in the 4x400.
Natasha Hastings for the United States. Natasha Hastings has been given this leg because nobody gets around that first turn in a 400 faster than she does.
Because I know I'm not just doing this for myself, but I'm doing it for everyone back in the 843.
Oh man, I thought I left her in South Carolina, but obviously we're together again. She always would say, like, you know, you never have so much pride in yourself until you hear that anthem going off.
We are almost there. The world's best athletes coming together in just a few weeks. Welcome to our News 2 Olympic special, Countdown to Tokyo. I'm Brendan Clark.
I'm Carolyn Murray. Thank you so much for joining us. The News 2 sports team is also joining us, John Barron and Jasmine McCoy.
Several South Carolinians have brought home hardware since the Olympics began, and tonight we have the opportunity to talk to local and state Olympians about their experience and the journey to the big games.
But before we do, let's go and take a look at just how many medals the United States has won during the Olympics. You can see in this map dating back to 1924, California, Texas, and New York have dominated the Summer Olympics. Specifically in the Rio 2016 Olympics, California Olympians brought home 58 medals. Florida came in second with 23 medals, and Texas left Rio with 22 medals. In the 2016 games, South Carolina had 2 Olympians compete and bring home a silver medal. And as a whole, the United States has won 2,189 more medals at the Summer Games than any other country.
But different states lead the way when it comes to the Winter Games. You can see in this map dating back to 1924, Wisconsin, Washington, New York, California, and North Carolina have brought home the most medals during the Winter Games.
And one former Olympian knows all too well what it's like to win a gold medal, 3 of them to be exact. She's also one of the most well-known college coaches in the nation, and she was named the head coach for the women's basketball team in the Tokyo 2020 Games.
And of course, we're talking about Dawn Staley, the head women's basketball coach from the University of South Carolina. And I had the opportunity to take a closer look at this year's team and hear what she's most excited for in the upcoming games. Hall of Fame player.
Dawn Staley gets them on their feet.
3-time Olympic gold medalist.
Round favorite, Dawn Staley.
And one of the most decorated participants in United States women's basketball history. Dawn Staley.
When you're with USA Basketball, it is a family. Whether you played 25 years ago, whether you coach currently, everybody's together for one common goal, and that's to win a gold medal.
Staley is the head coach for the USA Basketball women's national team, and she leads the AmeriCup team that features some of the best current college hoopers.
And I wanted to be a part of practice. I wanted to be a part of the training. I wanted to see them compete against each other. I wanted to be a part of helping them grow within USA Basketball because I know all of them, all 20 of them want to be Olympians.
In her time at South Carolina so far, Staley is the program's all-time winningest coach and has led the Gamecocks to all 3 NCAA Final Fours, including their 2017 national championship. And a part of that team was Asia Wilson, who has been reunited with Staley by USA Basketball.
No lie, we would hate when Coach Staley went to USA because then she would come back thinking that we were all Olympians and we weren't. So it was like a struggle. But it's nice to kind of be on this side of it because it's a sense of pride and like honor, and you want to represent not only yourself but your country the best way you can.
It's an incredible thing. Like, I look forward to going to practice every single day. I look forward to mixing and matching lineups just to see how well they gel. And I'm super proud of them.
But representing the USA comes with pressure.
We like winning. It is gold or failure every time that we step on the floor. We like that pressure.
The USA has captured 6 straight gold medals and have their eyes set on number 7 in Tokyo.
Everybody's coming at you with their very best, and you can't take plays off. That is norm for us, and it's the norm for us to want to beat every team and every opponent that we face, and that's including in this upcoming Olympic Games.
Don Staley, great coach. Want you to check this out. The design of the Olympic rings date back to 1914. The colors have a specific meaning. The Olympic symbol consists of 5 interlaced rings, symbolizing the 5 regions in the world who compete during the Olympics. It includes America, Europe, Asia, Africa, and Oceania. The colors of the ring also specifically chosen to represent at least one color from all of the national flags who take part in the Olympic Games.
And now we have a story of a man who closed out the 4x400 meter relay in this 1996 Olympics.
Antoine Maybank's gold medal winning race was more than 2 decades ago at the Atlanta Games. News 2's Brad Franco caught up with Maybank to see what he's up to now.
Antoine Maybank can't help but smile when he's asked about it.
It'll be Antoine Maybank anchoring the U.S. to victory in the 4x400.
Maybank and his teammates winning gold in the 4x400 relay in the 1996 Olympic Games is a memory he says he still cherishes.
It was just the fact that we all trained and worked so hard to come to this point in our lives and to gain this experience, that it just seemed like it was just another normal workout that we were all just hanging out together, which made it that much more enjoyable and fun at the same time.
A close group of friends who competed against each other individually, but came together to win for each other and their country. He says it created an unbreakable bond.
We speak at least 3-4 times a week. We're all on a group text, and we all go down to the AAU national meets because we know the director of it, and we volunteer time so we can actually speak to the youth as well, so we can encourage them the importance of track and field on your lifestyle as a whole and the importance that it also has on other sports.
Maybank says what made winning gold even more special for him is doing it in Atlanta allowed family from Georgetown to see it in person.
A couple of months later, I came back home, and then Georgetown, they had this big parade for me, and it was just all my friends from high school, aunts, uncles, cousins, sisters. I mean, everyone was there, and it was just a magical experience.
Since his retirement from competition, Maybank has been giving back to the sport he loves, coaching track at Tatnall School in Delaware, and also spending time as a business and wellness consultant. Brad Franco, Count on 2.
A few new sports have been added to the games this year. Fans will now be able to see athletes compete in karate, skateboarding, sport climbing, and surfing. Softball and baseball are also being added back into the action. Both sports were taken out of the Olympics after 2008, but due to the popularity of those two sports within the host country, it has been added to the 2020 Tokyo Games.
Up next, a Burke High School graduate going for the gold, her second Olympic Games. But life has taken a dramatic turn for Raven Saunders. I speak one-on-one with Raven about a day she will never forget.
Plus, sometimes we watch these Olympians and wonder how tough their journey truly was to make it here. I'll give it a shot with CSU's throwers when we come back.
My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
I want to make my position clear this afternoon. I'm not going to kill anybody. I'm not going to kill anybody here in America.
One day, South Carolina will be a better state. One day, Georgia will be a better state. And why is this true? Because mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. Glory.
The enduring words of a leader still ring true today. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for this News 2 special, Restore the Dream, Repair Our World, a celebration of the legacy and work of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I'm Carolyn Murray.
Good to have you here. I'm Brendan Clark. This is the 25th annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day Parade right here in Charleston. It is different this year. We know that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, safety restrictions require us to be physically apart. No crowds, unfortunately, lining King Street behind us, but we are proud to be with you virtually.
The YWCA of Greater Charleston and News 2 are committed to carrying on this tradition that allows people of all races, ages, religions, and political affiliations to recognize a man who gave his life so that others may know freedom and justice.
Hello, everyone. Mayor John Tecklenburg here. Welcome to the annual MLK Parade honoring the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Usually on this national holiday, thousands of people jam the streets of Charleston to watch the MLK Parade. Today, however, the parade is being held as a virtual event with special coverage by WCBD News 2, the MLK Parade's broadcast partner for many years now. Thank you, WCBD News 2, for your support of this important Lowcountry tradition we can count on too. Of all the cities in America, Charleston was blessed to have welcomed Dr. King here on at least 2 occasions. In July of 1967 was the final time during the height of the Civil Rights Movement that Dr. King came here to Charleston. On that celebrated occasion, Dr. King is quoted as saying, "I come here not as an outsider, but as an insider with real associations and connections in the state of South Carolina and in Charleston." Then, as now, Dr. King's connection inside our hearts and our minds remains forever strong, Charleston strong. So let the parade begin, albeit virtually. Let the marching band play, and we will continue to keep alive the legacy of that great drum major for justice, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Enjoy the parade, everyone. Happy MLK Day.
Now for a precision drill by the song Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars.
Dr. King's legacy continues to influence the next generation of leaders, many of them, just like Dr. King, expressing themselves through words.
We have a poem read by Carson Ashley Smith. She says her generation isn't finished. This is "My Generation Will Be in Charge."
My generation looks out for people of color and lends out a helping hand. We give people sources to the problems, yet they still don't understand. But white people appropriate our culture with rap, cornrows, and tan skin. But not too tan because you don't want the consequences of my melanin. They make fun of us for never having dads, yet when they take one from us, it's just one, so it's not that bad. I would rather deal with a serious crime than call the cops who think because of my skin color, I'm not worth their time. Because black people get killed more than half as much as whites, but there are 6 times more white people in this country.
Today, we will show you many examples of teenagers using their voices to celebrate the life and work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, but children are also raising their voices. We'll take a look at how these young leaders plan to push for change and the future they want.
I think this issue is bipartisan. I think when it comes to South Carolina, there is wide and broad belief that the cops are the solution, not the problem.
I want to be very clear and upfront. I don't support this effort to defund the police. I never have and never will. And part of the reason is because I come from a family where we've had law enforcement officers.
U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham, challenger Jamie Harrison, agreeing on some topics but mainly disagreeing on others. Coming up, we'll tell you everything you need to know about these two candidates running for South Carolina Senate. Good evening and welcome to the second election special in our series, Road to Vote. I'm Brendan Clark. Tonight, we're digging a little deeper into the race for the South Carolina Senate seat. The incumbent, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, he has been in this role since 2002. Prior to being the senator from South Carolina, he was elected into the U.S. House of Representatives in 1994. Also served in the Air Force for 6 years, then served in the U.S. Air Force Reserves for the remainder of his 33-year military career. Now his challenger is Democrat Jamie Harrison. He was elected the first African-American chair of the South Carolina Democratic Party in 2013. He served in that role until 2017, and prior to his role as a representative, he graduated from Yale University in 1998 and Georgetown School of Law in 2004.
Man, if that doesn't get you into the holiday
I got
spirit,
goosebumps,
I have
Ashley.
no idea
Wow.
what does. Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Ashley Meservy, of course, here with Chief Meteorologist Rob Fowler for a Toys for Tots special.
I'll tell you what, Ashley, we were going into this season, and you came into my office one day and said, Rob, what can Living Local do to help Toys for Tots? And we've been planning this. Somerville's your hometown. It's so great to be here in beautiful Somerville. I was looking at one of our weather stations down the road. It's 67 degrees here on December 11th, so it's a beautiful day. Hutchinson Square is really ready for the season, and we're just happy to be here, all for Toys for Tots.
And he brought me, of course, this wonderful Toys for Tots
Looking
mask.
good, very festive, yes.
Following the rules here in downtown Somerville. So we have a jam-packed show today. Let me tell you, we have Knights companies here coming up. We have the mayor here and some council members to do a very special announcement for us, of course. We have some weather hits. We have the Frampton construction, a ton of things coming up. Of course, as you can see, we have multiple ways to donate all over across the Low Country.
There are lots of drop boxes still out there. The basic toy factory is just down the road here at Sawmill Village Shopping Center. That's off of Bacons Ridge Road 620. That's where the toy factory is. We're a drop off at Channel 2 if it's closer to you there. But again, all we ask is you kind of dig a little deeper this year, Ashley, because it's been one of those crazy years with the pandemic, and folks have already been really answering the call.
The U.S. Open has already begun, but we're getting ready to take a closer look at the golfers who are looking to bring home a little hardware this Sunday.
Plus, we're adding a little hometown feel to this year's U.S. Open because the U.S. Open will be in our own backyard next year. And for that, let's kick off our U.S. Open special.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm John Barron.
And I'm Jasmine McCoy. We welcome you into our U.S. Open special.
Yes, a lot to talk about this week as many of these players are looking forward to the opportunity to bring home the U.S. Open Championship. The main topic of discussion today, before we even get into everything else, the main stories of the day, is who has the best shot at winning the U.S. Open this season.